Hey there, Caitlin. I just read your essay entitled Archbishop, and you have some really nice content in here. I like that you used external source support. It just doesn't quite mesh together to make one central point. And in fact, let's just look at the thesis and then look at what I think you actually did support. So your thesis is here at the end of the first paragraph. In her novel, Death Comes for the Archbishop, Cather uses allusions and symbolism to explore Archbishop Latour's experience in traveling between France and New Mexico in hopes of furthering God's will for the Catholic Church. So I'm looking for you to clearly lay out allusions and symbolism that that explore Latour's experience coming from France to New Mexico. That's what I'm looking for because that's what's written. But then you say to start his transformations, he must go through a series of trials to purify himself. So you haven't talked about illusions, you haven't talked about symbolism, and you haven't talked about his experiences, but rather a transformation. So you don't have a unified essay. You're talking about a whole bunch of different things. You do talk about illusions, you do talk about symbolism, you do talk about his experiences, and you do talk about him having a transformation. But it's not unified because it's not a thesis driven essay. The topic sentences don't tell the story of your thesis. Let's look at your topic sentences quickly. So that first one, to start Latour's transformations, he must go through a series of trials. Okay, so just see if this is matching anything in your thesis. The next one, after Latour's righteous experience, he has yet another experience in the home of a Mexican family he stays with. Does that tell the story of your thesis? In providing nourishment to himself by spreading God's will to the people of New Mexico, Latour feels comfort upon his arrival by the sound of a church bell ringing. So again, you need to work on just a clear thesis and defending it point by point throughout your essay. I think something that might have made this hard for you is all your source support and not wanting to repeat what the experts had said. But you know what I mean? I'm wondering if that was what was tough. I wanted to hear what you really wanted to talk about, and by the end, I think I found it. In your conclusion, you say Willa Cather uses Latour's character to display the journey a person may take to forget worldliness and pursue the course that will allow God to enter his heart or one's heart. And I think this is kind of what you developed well. You show the journey he takes, and you show with some really great source support how he works to forget worldliness, right? To set that aside and to do God's will. I think you do that. So good content, rough organization, some typos and things like that. Sorry. And sorry, I'm distracted because my phone is ringing. But anyway, so those are some things to work on. Let's look at your oh, and the other thing is this quote about from Ossian's Clause. To me, it's saying she's showing a paradox. You know, she's saying here's the theory of the fiction, but when you strip away all of her description and stuff, her pieces are somewhat shapeless. You know, they're not really a moving story with conflict resolution. They're kind of shapeless, but they are filled with little gems of stories. So I don't think we took away the same thing from this quote. And then you say his praise falls nothing short of exemplary. So his praise is amazing in capturing the beauty of her piece. I don't feel like he's really praising it. I mean, he's saying it's in some ways her most excellent, and it has good stories. You know, so I don't know. There were some disconnects in this piece, and I know that you can strengthen your organization first, and then keep working on other things. Make sure you're doing MLA formatting for your quotes, that you have single spacing here instead of double spacing. And let's look at this. And this is incorrect. The format of the in-text citation is incorrect. So make sure you're doing MLA really clearly. And I look forward to seeing what you write next.